Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is VALORANT, aka Shami, aka Frazzle. Today I'm here joined with Mr.
Saiful, aka Griffin President, aka Abang Majumera, whichever one you want to call me.
Avocado Pixel.
Avocado Pit, Big Avocado Pit, that's it, my in game name.
Avocado as well. Anyways, today we're going to be watching Starlight versus Oyen Ganas. So, especially after the
Sorry, we're having a little
All right.
technical problem.
Apologies. I'll give us.
From the start. Hello,
Ladies
everyone.
and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Muhammad Shamisakwan, aka Shami, aka Frazzle. Today I'm here joined with.
Saiful, aka Griffin President, aka Retro Guy, Bajumera, Avocado Pit, whichever it is you want to call me, it's fine.
Today we're going to be watching Starlight versus Oyen Ganas. All right.
Starlight versus Oyen Ganas. Let's go to the match. Best of three. Let's go to the lower bracket.
So
finals.
currently we're watching the losers final. So pretty much, well, I wouldn't say losers, the lower bracket final, pretty much, essentially. So we can see, oh, defenders already choosing their strats already. Oh wow, Sacred choosing the Cypher. What Wife and Loof choosing.
Very early, and it looks like Starlight has already locked
Starlight's
in.
already locked in. They know who they want to play.
Yeah, this must be their map, perhaps.
I think this is their pick. So, okay, it's a very interesting pick. So
Again, we're seeing a double duelist setup.
another
Starlight.
double user step. Yep.
Something like I said, it's something old-fashioned, but I guess if it works, it
Yep.
works.
Oh, okay. Are we potentially seeing a mirror match or no? Oh, okay. Mirror is going for the I think breach play. Interesting pick.
Yeah, that would be the only difference. Like
The only
swapping
difference.
out the raise,
Raise
for a breach.
yep. Okay, they have locked in that Cypher and the Reina on Oyen Ganas' side.
Let's talk about like the players from Oyen Ganas, because unlike Starlight, we haven't seen them play, but Oyen Ganas, we kind of know them already.
Yeah,
have-
we already we sort of have like a raw visual understanding of how Oyen Ganas
Select
actually
your
do play
agent.
after watching them. Unfortunately, not making it to the grand finals, but they still have potential here.
Okay, they can join still.
They can
but
still-
they
they
lost
yeah.
the upper bracket finals.
Unfortunately, they may have lost the upper finals, but they can still win here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think we're locking in very similar teams. The only difference is Raze being swapped out for a breach for Oyen Ganas, and we're gonna be actually having Oyen Ganas as the attackers, whereas Starlight will be the defenders.
Now, some history, I guess, about Starlight. Now, in Griffin, I mean, there hasn't been a lot of like solid or like permanent teams.
Correct.
In UTP in general. This is
Yeah,
not
in
even
general.
about Griffin, just in general. And Team Starlight has actually existed for quite a while
Right,
now.
quite a while
I
before.
think they're already in their second year
Yep.
as a team. So in some sense, it's kind of similar to Take and Friends group.
Yep.
We might be seeing, if they have planned this, some very strategic approach when it comes to attacking and defending. And we will see. I do love to see, very planned out,
Yep.
well laid out attack execution. And I also do like the way, like how we saw Take and Friends went about with their defense.
Yep, how they played around each other, and then I think the overall setup of the players, and then the abilities that I think they just complemented each other very well.
Yeah, it's like you said, the combos were very nice,
Yes.
very solid. And maybe right now, looking at these team composition, we have, Cypher is a very solid agent on this map.
Yep.
It has been a staple
Yep.
in Bind,
Yep.
especially with a lot of,
I think-
again, being one of the classical maps. in this
Even
game.
before I think the edits that they made to the map, Cypher was always like one of the main picks for this map, no matter what you choose.
Yeah. And so we're seeing,
yeah.
seeing both a classic agent on a classic map.
Yep.
Hence, we will be seeing a lot of like maybe common strategies,
Yes.
but also maybe even something a little bit outlandish, but might still work.
It's very possible.
And looking at, before this, I mean, right now we don't see a raise on Oyen Ganas, despite having, done a lot before. You know what? While we wait, can we see some replays on the previous match? Maybe we can see how they've performed beforehand.
It's a very lovely replay.
Oh, hold on. Let's just take a break. Where's the replay? Okay, let's just wait for a bit. Well, I guess we see.
Unfortunately,
we're
don't
having
have.
some problems.
All right,
a little
no
bit
worries.
with the replay. It's
Right,
alright.
Starlight.
Okay. Never mind. I guess we are just going straight to the games. All right, the round's already starting. We are seeing Starlight currently on defense and Oyen Ganas. I mean, I hope they can live up to their name. You know, being
Yeah,
Oyenganas,
like
having
the
Ganas.
angry cat. Meow meow.
Yeah, the angry oranges. Hopefully they can play a bit more aggressive, because I think Vine, map like Vine. I mean, different people have different playstyles, but I would love to see an aggressive execution.
I think they should be a lot more aggressive, especially due to the fact that they have 2 initiators rather than 2 duelists. So they're actually able to actually sort of start attacks from both sides of the map rather than just being isolated from one entry. They can actually enter from 2 choke points.
We're seeing an A side execute, but
It's like
very slow.
very slow one. I feel that it's a bit methodical. Okay, Mir's trying to go for that flash, for that corner flash. They actually are trying to go for that raw plant, and they successfully do get it. Okay, so Starlight is hurt. Ooh, Wyvern Loop gets that kill in the thing, but Reyna actually gets another kill back. Iman falls back, gets flashed out, but it's okay. They're holding out post plant. Sagrator gets a kill on Iman, unfortunately for him. Faust gets another kill. Now it's a 2v4 situation.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, Sagrator gets a kill on Jab. Oh, but Faust overkills. Sorry, what am I saying? No, I mean I meant to say he counters that stun by the breach. Unfortunately, breach could not execute after that stun.
Yeah, I think the thing is that the breach kind of whiffed. He got the stun on 2 members, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think it was
been
3.
able to get the kill.
I think it was 3. He had I
3
think
of them. Oh.
easy. Yeah, it was. Oh no, 2 of them, and then the other one was facing the other way.
Yeah, so like he could have gotten a kill, but
Unfortunately,
despite being stunned, he was whiffing on them.
Yeah, he threw.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he threw his aim out the window, but it's okay. It's only the pistol round, so it's
Let's
understandable.
make them dance.
All right,
Going to the second round out, we're seeing a bulldog by.
a bulldog buy. Very interesting.
Wait, no,
Sorry,
a guardian.
a guardian buy from
that.
Faust early on.
Someone is very
Very
confident
enthusiastic.
with their aim. Even aggressive pushing up showers.
But he does fall back. I feel like he doesn't want to overextend. And
I think the call has been made that there's
Yep,
a lot
they're
of
probably-
presence
yeah.
on B.
yep, so they're
We're
gonna go
seeing the
for a B
rotation,
push.
also the
Oh,
heavy
but
influence.
they haven't fully committed.
Astra!
Astra gets that kill
Astra
on
finding the
Whiffin
kill.
Loop.
Now
Dog is holding that angle. Astra is gonna go for a, I think, set up smoke on probably the B side.
and the rotations are coming in back for A, leaving B a little bit more vulnerable for the 4-man execute.
Unfortunately, Jans could not get that second kill, but he does
He's
get that
done his
early kill.
job.
He's done his job as the
Done
early
his job.
kill and the
And
smoke.
we're seeing the defensive side is split evenly. But 4-man going hard with utils. Actually, going a bit slow.
Oh, Masri gets the
One
double
fight
kill.
Down B.
Sagrator
One
gets the kill.
enemy remaining.
Masri with the 3K. A lovely play for the eco round.
I would say the issue there was that the attacking side Oyenganas is not living up to their name.
Yeah,
They're
they're a bit
Yeah.
very tame currently. I don't feel like they're very rough right now.
Yeah, I mean, we can see that Imanera was being aggressive, but that was it. That was the only
But,
aggression that we saw.
But maybe it's because they don't have weapons. Now that they probably will buy weapons this round, I think that we can see a bit more of aggression this time around from them.
Right, let's hope so. We're finally seeing some Phantoms and Vandals being put
That
up
goes
against Starlight, and let's hope that Starlight is able to come up with something to counter this aggression,
Yep.
perhaps. Oh, we're seeing that Oyenganas again not living up to their name, playing
They're
very passively
very passive.
against a team
Look out!
doing a bonus.
Yep. Against a
The
bonus round.
strategy here is getting some information misery, knowing that there's some action going on.
But Ayman is trying to get entry into side.
It's a bit risky because he's going alone.
Oh no, he actually has support
There's
behind
some
him.
backup. They're
He-
being very wary. I see that they're actually being very wary of Cypher utility because
Yep.
wrong move and you're out.
Yep.
Segregator going in, not
Oh, he
seeing
has been
quite
stunned.
yet.
Okay.
It's done. B-side is in control of Oyen Ganas. All utilities taken out. Spike is not yet planted.
Just
It's
on my
not
cage
on
trigger.
site.
Cage
There goes
trigger.
Spike.
Okay, Spike.
Going into the classic.
Sagrator.
Pass!
Oh,
getting
gets
a
a
headshot
dig
onto Mir.
on
Significant
Mir.
damage, but not quite enough to take him out.
But he can still be healed up by the Sky. Sky proceeds to heal them actually.
No,
Okay, there you go.
yet.
He goes for the
coming
heal.
out. Oh, missing whiffing the shot. A lot of smoke.
Oh,
coming
I'm
out
not him,
through
gets
the
that kill.
Smoke. I'm not him. Gets taken out. Sorry, takes out Griffin Hook.
He does go for that stun on the Astra. I think it stuns him out.
Hawk out.
Couldn't flash it.
Blinded.
Now,
One enemy remaining.
Barely gets the kill, gets
Oh,
taken
Misery
out. Now
with the
Misery,
3K.
the last man alive. with
He only has
17
17
HP.
health on him. Will
Does
he go
get
for the
the
save, or will he go for the kills? I think.
One enemy
Oh, he.
remaining.
Oh, Misery does get the 4K, but unfortunately he could not kill Mew.
No, he does. He actually gets near.
Well, technically speaking, that's the bomb, but
Yeah, but it was the
True.
fact that he was able to suppress him long enough that
Sure.
he couldn't run away. So I
Correct.
would say that was pretty smart, I guess, because he could have backed off.
Yeah.
He could have backed off, but he
could've backed
chose
off.
not to. And
he
gets
said,
him technically
he said
2 kills.
it's better for me to get no weapons from them, rather than me letting them survive.
I mean, they were bonusing.
Yeah.
Right? To be fair, they were bonusing.
Yep.
And now, with all of the team members dying from Oyenganas, now they're at an
There.
economical disadvantage. As we
Yep.
can see, Iminator going with the
The judge play. Yep. Okay, I think they're going for an A switch. Very intriguing play.
A little bit aggressive, not really going in with backup.
They still haven't pushed out yet. I think they're a bit too scared to push out through the swings because they don't know what's awaiting them.
Rotation's already coming in from defense.
Yep. Good rotations already.
For
Oh,
5 shotgun.
Dog gets the kill.
Not
Jazz.
enough to
Ayman
take
gets
out
another
Bozo.
kill. But Faust counteracts with another kill. Ayman gets a second kill. Okay, it's a 3v2 situation. Ayman does have his ult. Will he activate it? Or will he not? Oh, Femto gets the support kill.
Inside.
So it's now back to 2-2. He does have his ult. He can
Out of
use it to
charges.
just get info. But he's I don't think...
One enemy
Oh, he does
remaining.
teleport all the way back to B. Now it's actually going for a B play now. However, Cypher is going for the raw plant. A bit of a risky play. But he
Spike
does get the plant
planted.
down.
1v2
And
situation.
in a 1v2 situation, he's playing up an elbow.
Is there coming in? Flash coming in.
Alright, they're both pushing
Cypher
upside.
actually lurking.
However, this is a bit of a risky play.
Jumping around.
Oh, he gets
He was making too much noise
deleted
and Misery
by
catches him off
Femto.
guard.
I think that was a sort of a misplay. I think it was a bit of a misplay. I think he should have actually like sort of played back elbow, or actually just fall back all the way to like long, because especially with that position of play, where that bomb, where the spike was planted, it was planted perfectly just for long, and instead of him rotating all the way back, it was a bit of a troublesome play because then he can't, TP. I mean, get back in time just to defuse. I mean, to protect the bomb at the spike, and unfortunately,
This is my spot.
they do lose that
Right
round.
there.
But now they're currently on eco, so again, should be a relatively free round for Starlight this time around. But it can happen.
Faust.
Faustus.
Oh, actually takes out
does get
Iminator.
does get Iminator, and only I mean he only takes 9 health, damage, so he's still alive. He's still fine.
Oyenganas will have to take a more slow approach now. I mean, before this, it was a problem, but now it's fine. They should be playing this slow. They do not have better weapons. At the very least, they should try to either catch Starlight off guard or try to overpower them with numbers. Because even if you have a Vandal, if you have 3 people holding a Sheriff onto you, you can still die. So they will have to bait out, any aggression and take them out with numbers instead. And this might be in their favor. Oh, but Faust is able to back off. 2 HP left. But he doesn't have any more heal.
However, he still has his guy to come back and heal
Oh,
him.
right. So Sky might be coming in. Yeah, they're meeting back up in spawn. Because of heal.
Oh, Dog gets that one
Gets
tap
Femto.
on
Down
Femto.
A.
Oh, but I'm not him trades him back out.
And there it is. What I said before. Getting some advantage with numbers. That's something that they should have been doing before.
I think they should have played peek together rather than
30
peek,
seconds left.
one.
Oh,
Last
Dumpling
player
got shaken
standing.
off guard. Last man
Spike
alive.
down
I'm not
A.
him. Gets taken out
Wait
by
for
a
Loof.
Loof with the judge.
With the judge play. Oh, what a lovely round for Starlight. Easy free 2K for Faust. Or was it? Sorry, with 3K. Alright, so we're going back into round 6. We're going to be seeing the full buy coming out from the Oyengana's team. You can see they're having a bit of a struggle, I think, trying to enter into site. However, I think with the usage of a breach and the sky, they should be able to at least push and get some info. Oh, lovely kill from Remsen. He gets a double kill on Misery. Uses his ult, gets information. I think they're gonna go for a very splendid B attack. To get info that Cypher. Ooh, Femto with the 3K. is he hungry for more? Is he gonna get the other 2K?
Out of charges.
It is
One
very-
enemy
Very
remaining.
nice that we're
Jans
seeing
gets
the
that
approach.
kill, and it's a 1v5 situation. And which Dog does come out with 1 kill, but does get traded back by Irony.
I do really like to see the approach
Another
on the
fight?
defense of Starlight. They have that little strategy. If you look at the very first few seconds of the round, 3 flashes being used, but unfortunately Femto is just very powerful, strong enough to counter all the flashes being used.
Yep.
I mean, you can respect the level of dedication that they use to try to push out B-Long, but unfortunately Femto was just ready, anti-flashing all the Reyna flashes and having a little bit of backup with the Reyna blind. And there we see Femto just monstering, just bulldozering
Yep.
through
I
all
think,
the defense.
I
being
think
put
the
up in front
mistake.
of him.
I think the mistake there was that they were Starlight were a little bit too overly like aggressive, a bit too excited to push out Belong there, and as a result they got killed. Faust does come out with a 3 kill on Jans, and he does fall back. Gets his 2nd kill on Iminator. Amazing kill from Faust here. Get a bit of a similar play that we can see there. One team's a bit overly.
Oh, Femto
even
the
blinded
blind.
gets the kill on Faust.
Last player
Oh, but
standing.
he does get killed by Miss.
Spike down B.
Exaggerated, he does get that kill on Mirror. And Spike has been dropped.
I'm not
Sky!
him, gets taken out.
I'm not him. What just happened? That was a very bad whiff. Misery was just in the middle of like about to flash, and I'm not him just missed.
I mean, I'm not quite sure, but I mean, Faust had a very nice opening kill, gets some information as well.
But
allows the
Femto with that
team-
blind kill was very nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't know what happened there.
I mean, I'm not him. Was just like I guess he was just panicking. Like you saw him already. But like somehow whiffs the shot. I think, like I said, like the amount of pressure put on him in a 1v5 scenario. I guess no, rather 1v3 scenario. Puts him in a disadvantaged position. Now already going in slowly into B again. It seems like
they're still going for trying to go for B execute. I feel like
Pardon their wish.
maybe they don't have any they call it a chance up at A. However,
Watch you find it.
just trapped the enemy cipher Femto.
No more charges left.
Oh, but
Spike
Jans comes
down,
back with
B.
a 2K, actually coming back for the team. So now instead of a 4v4 situation, now it's a 4v3 situation.
now the Astra ult being used is very powerful at the moment, giving them a lot of control on the B side and making it very difficult for the retake.
Iminator gets a kill on Dog, but Luft trades back out. So it's still uneven with a 1-1 advantage.
Last player standing.
I'm not him. Gets taken, takes out with Luft, and as a result, it's a 3v1 situation. And Faust is but I'm not him. Lovely 2K from I'm not him.
Alright, Oyenganas now finally getting something on the
I think they're
scoreboard.
finally getting their footing back.
Yeah, 3-5 at the moment for ONG. And we can look right now how, I guess, one of the
I play
main
some stars
reasons
in this
why
reality?
Starlight is, really taking some presence is by the fact that how Missouri and Faust are really hard fragging. And not only are they fragging due to their, good positioning and aggression, but the utility that we see from, Segregator on the Cypher, really supports the playstyle. And I think that this may be because
Blinded.
of their experience playing together. Oh, see Faust already take on Emanator. We might have missed that on screen.
But he does get that. That was a very good, kill. And he didn't take any form of damage at all.
Yeah, that's very good. We can credit that to their positioning.
Yep.
And now, if you look at the minimap, we can see that they're going for a B side execute again.
B
Now,
split
I'm
again.
quite confused as to why they're doing this, because if you look at the success rate, I mean, they've been attacking B again and again,
It's
but
50-50.
like they haven't been, they're not having as much success as they would like, and yet they're not really changing up on their approach.
Yep. But maybe it's just they're the most comfortable with pushing up B.
I feel like they're adjusting here. So we can see, the utility already putting Femto at 30 HP.
But even at 30 HP, he can still clutch this out and get actually, multiple kills. So
It looks like Oyenganas is maybe changing plans, going for the TP, and most people already going out for the rotate with only Reyna. I think that's Ara Faust, the only person on A side. Let's see if he can clutch this. He sees one, gets the first, gets the
30
spike.
seconds left.
Not able to do
Spike
anything
down
more, but
A.
that is enough.
That's
Spike
enough
is
for the
down, gets planted.
This is a
Spike
4v2
planted.
situation. But-
Four people rotating from defense.
Oh,
Is able,
Gen
Gen Z gets taken out by Whiff and Loof. Now Astra putting him some support with the smoke.
Raze does have her ult, so
Well
she can
divided.
use this ulti out.
I've
This
got
is a
your
very
trail.
powerful ult. The fuse coming in. They might not be able to deny the defuse. Mir with the ult might be. He did not actually use it, so I guess it's quite fine because he did not, at the very least, did not waste that ult.
Remember, wipe the
Unfortunately,
pins from your
very,
guns.
very
just
good play
good
from
plans.
Starlight there, having Reyna. Faust just holding up that site. I think that kill on Cypher was just the perfect time just to
go into
sort of make them scramble, and then they were out of place that position at that time. So sort of very kudos to him for being able to just stay on site and holding there.
I mean, Faust did a good job already. You know, getting the fact that he stayed on site gave them two things.
Yep.
It ensured it allows the team to get information. Making confirming that they are rotating, because you know how sometimes it's just a fake rotate. So by him being there, they see the two people already approaching, seeing the spike, that called in for the rotation to come, allowing them to secure. And especially with the Astra ultimate already online, it allowed them to utilize that to safely defuse the spike without, without putting too much of a risk on their team.
Yep. They can safely just defuse without having to, risk the team losing their lives.
Already the execute coming in onto the side. Again, Oyanganas being stopped by, or rather being slowed down by the Cypher utility.
But they can somehow get off the side, but they still have a life. Okay. The hunt begins. Jancy gets the kill on Dog.
Spike planted.
Try and get a second kill.
Last player
but he does
standing.
get
I know
taken out. And Oyanganas just clean up flawlessly without taking any form of damage.
Now, finally, I think we are actually seeing some kind of an adjustment from Oyanganas because, or rather, they're realizing the pattern. Because one of the issues with what I think is being done by Starlight is that they're using the same setup again and again on B. You have the same Cypher setup, you have the same position of the Cypher playing on side with, maybe a Reyna at backside, and, they know for a fact there's someone playing at elbow, and that's definitely Missouri. So with this information in mind, they actually took the initiative to adjust their attack and actually execute properly.
Femto and the gang are just playing around right now, hiding around. Or they're going for a very slow B push, I think. For a very slow B approach.
I like the peak here by Missouri. Now finally we are seeing a little bit of a change in the setup on
Faust
B.
is a bit aggressive, going up there, trying to get more info, I think. Which is a very good play. He does. He is trying to go flank around.
Seems
He
like
was stopped by the Cypher's trap.
it seems like Oyanganas is just very comfortable with the B execute. And if I were them, I would definitely go for the rotation again right now. But with the history, at least that one round where Arafal is playing on side, he is choosing not to just fully execute. And committing. Raider in a good spot, able to find one but gets traded out. And now the 3v4 rotation make the 3v3. Whiff and Wolf.
Wolf gets a double kill. Can he go for that 3k?
He is blind, but he is with support, so he is kind of in a safe spot. Aids away to try and deny any
One
push.
enemy
And
remaining.
Faust gets the other kill,
down, B.
leaving only 1
30
minute
seconds
alive.
left.
Mir, without the spike in hand, what can he do with this 1v3 situation? He has information of where the enemy is, tries to find them, tries to pick them off one by one, but cannot quite do it. He does not have the spike, so it will
has
come down to
20
time.
seconds.
15 seconds left, make that 14.
I don't think he has the best play of he has right
10
now.
seconds
Save
left.
And actually just save the economy.
Double P.
The
Well
triple
done,
kill.
double P.
That triple K from Woodward was amazing. That's especially that second kill.
Last round in the half.
Spend those creds before we lose them. Sky could have had an easy kill right there. Which was a bit of a bummer because he had that aim. Because especially since he was still being like satcheled out, and he had the time, to swap into his weapon. So it was a bit of an issue, but Whiff and Wolf does come out victorious in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised by how long Whiff and Wolf actually survived. Like, he was in that, I would argue, a very exposed position.
Yeah.
But with the backup of Faust, playing from the back halls, pulling some blinds, putting some cover fire, he was actually able to keep him alive without sacrificing him, and is able to actually take out 2 members from Oyenganas that was already on site, and at the very end, isolating Mir at the Gardens.
Okay, so early on we just saw like some util being used at A short. However, I don't think anyone sort of capitalized on that. So I think yet again going for that execute from Oyengana. You know, again, as you said earlier, sometimes maybe sometimes.
Oh my god, through the smoke, Mir finds Segregator going in fast, going in quick. Iminator gets Missouri, now already in a 3v5 scenario. Spike is down with kind of like a very good defensive setup at the moment.
Currently, all they have to do is just play time, play positioning. They don't have to be aggressive because they, you know, the defenders have to push in to get that defuse. So Wolf does jump in. He does get traded out, even though he gets that all on Iminator.
Last player
Killed,
standing.
but gets traded out by Mir for his second kill of the game, of the round. And found unfortunately get ulted on by Breach and gets stunned yet again. They're just rushing him. It's a 3v1 situation. He might as well just go rush and get the kill. He does get that kill.
My ult
Stay with going!
Oh my god.
Kill on Janzi, and we bring ourselves to the end of the first half at 7.
Switching sides.
I mean, it was kind of nice to see how the level, the sophisticated strategies being used. I would say by Starlight, you know, despite being on the defending team, we really like to see, you know, the kind of repositioning. I mean, we said this before, how like they have quite a solid hold onto B side, and I mean they did. Initially, they just kept to the same setup, but at some point they did change it a bit. And
Guys, can I have a time out?
So knowing, you know, how to adjust is definitely a very important aspect to have in any good team. I've said this before. I mean, if you put the 2 teams and if you assume that both have good aim, like on the same level, it becomes kind of like a game of rock paper scissors, right? Whatever strategy that you choose to throw out at us or at the team will decide who wins and who loses. And having more.
Alright, so currently we're seeing that Janzi has already requested for a timeout. So currently we're waiting for a timeout. So well, you know, let's just look back at the first half replays. Oh, splendid play from Faust, and splendid play from that flawless round win from Nganas, how they played.
I mean, if you look back at the games, part of the reason why the defense on B was quite solid was definitely without a doubt due to 2 things. I would say first is how Segregator has done his setup and how he plays around the setup.
How he played around the setup.
And
was
the
very
thing is,
lovely.
it's also the level of aggression by that defending team, you know, able to deny and cancel out any effort to push out. And we can see how they're actually working in tandem, not only in terms of the playstyle, but also, you know, leveraging different, you know, each other's utility. We've talked about comboing before, but in this sense, especially if you're playing with Sentinel, the timing of the combo is technically a little bit easier because, you know, as a Sentinel, you just put down your utility, and as a teammate of said Sentinel, then they can just play off of the contact of the util.
Agreed.
And we see that it's actually done a lot, especially with, you know, the tripwires exposing some position, the smoke. We saw how amazing Segregator was, you know, the trigger discipline by this man.
The way he held and waited for them to push in so that he could get the kills. All right, we're back. Back into round 13. We're gonna see. I think they're gonna go for a B push, B execute yet again, similar to how Oyenganas were going for their first half. We do have the Astra actually lurking out at bathrooms or shower, so to speak. But however, I think he's gonna try and go back. Unless he's just holding out for that. I think he's just waiting for maybe his team to, if they were to fake up B and then come actually to A. So
I mean,
we'll see.
It seems like they're just trying their best, you know, to get a feel of what kind of defensive setup they have. So they're just gonna creep up slowly. I mean, time is still on their side. They don't need to play, you know, quick. He's not yet. So, you know, taking your own sweet time can actually be a good thing, of course, depending on how you utilize such, you know, positioning.
Oh, they do teleport all the way to A. So, there's it's a 5v2 situation here right now. Can they hold A side? Ooh, he does get tracked by the spy back. finds out, gets that kill on Femto. Does remove the spy cam dart after all.
30 seconds left.
Flash. Oh, Faust kill on Armor Native. But Mir and Jan retaliate with 2 kills. The Segregator gets a kill back on Jan. I'm on him gets another kill.
Last
Faust.
player standing.
Oh, I'm on him with a second kill. Now it's a 2v1 situation. All they have to do is actually just one protect, one
Pulling them
defuse,
in.
and they can actually do it. Ooh, but it is Dog who is playing Astra, so it's a very difficult
Blasting them.
situation.
One enemy
Oh
remaining.
my
get
god,
the
he
kill.
does have it. Enough HP left, and Mir is very low. He might not be able to do anything, and there it is, Dog. Good timing
Hey, people,
on the
come on
swing.
now.
He's able to
I'm
clutch the
anticipating
one.
my congratulations.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they made that wrong call there from Oyanganas. Rather than having the one with the full health diffuse, rather, I think they should have had the one low health diffuse, and then the one that with more health sort of shield them, and then actually take that gunfight, which I think would have resulted in their win just now.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, I think that was the wrong call there made by Oyanganas. I think that is one of the main issues I think we've been seeing again and again with Oyanganas. I mean, we've seen in Starlight, you can see how they actually play off of each other.
Yep.
Right, not only about, I mean, we talked about convoy before, but now we're just talking about
Like
their
their
position.
Yep, how they play opposition.
Treat each other off. That's something that we don't quite see.
Yeah, I think from our games that we've seen earlier, like watching Oyanganas, they tend to play like very solo-like. They don't really like play together. I don't think they understand they should be able to like play together.
Spike
for one another.
planted.
So in the case that one does die, you can at least still trade him back.
And
So-
especially in a situation where you don't
Finished.
have the gun advantage, you can have the
One enemy
gun
remaining.
away.
They do clear out A side. It's a 1v5 situation. I don't think it's back in this round.
Team Ace.
With Wolf, he does go for that kill, and it does end in teammates.
That was actually kind of interesting because you saw how Wilson Roof was actually holding a classic at first.
Yep.
And it made someone overconfident. We saw just now.
You saw I'm not him like overconfident a bit.
Yeah, and then like he pushed in
aggressive,
and
yeah.
actually, oh, peekaboo, I have a shotgun.
Yep.
And catches it by surprise.
Surprise.
Yeah, okay. Going into the next round, I think that Oyanganas needs to learn to play together more.
Yes.
Because, you know, not only utility is an issue, not being there for each other is also an issue, and timing is also crucial. I think one of the reasons why they were, I mean, this is just a theory, and for me at the very least, I think the reason why Oyanganas is currently up, or were
Currently
at
up.
the upper bracket,
Yep.
was perhaps because they were up against like maybe easy teams, if I may, right? And Starlight, despite going through all the lower brackets, maybe it's because initially when they were in the upper brackets, maybe they faced off a strong opponent, and maybe
agree.
said opponent is now kicked out or anything, but now with this level of teamwork that they have, they're able to power through
Yep.
in the lower brackets.
Yep. So Starlight are trying to go for
Scout
a
destroyed.
thing, sort of A-B split push, but however the spike, sorry, is still up on leg, so I don't think they still haven't sort of decided where they're going yet. As they're trying to wait for any info that they can get before they try to execute and push onto one side.
I think the slow approach.
Oh,
the
Mir
Can't
does
use
get
that
that
yet.
kill
Missed some
on
kill.
Dog. However, Faust is sort of pushed up heavily in bathroom. Does have like the space up there. Will he get that kill?
30
if he
seconds
tries to
left.
peek out against
Cutting their vision.
Breach does not. Oh, it does. Oh, but
God,
Mir
Mir.
does
Good
get that
play
kill.
by Mir.
Great set, double kill. Wolfen does push. But
One enemy remaining.
Jan gets a second chance. I'm here, cleans it up.
Alright, let's break down that round. I think what Starlight was trying to do was smart. Like they were splitting up. I see that they were able to force Oyanganas to waste some utility, but not quite because at some point they returned some utility as well. So they was kind of even at the end. But I would argue that the teleport that came from Starlight was a little bit too early because what they should have done is take some control of A
Here.
and then teleport it.
Up I
But
go.
in their teleport, it just kind of
Recovering it.
announces their arrival,
Yeah.
and the defender at which we saw Mir, who was just there, he just became ready, became prepared, assuming for the worst case scenario, and that's how he was able to get those kills.
Oh, whip.
Oh, with a loof! They saying,
But
oh my god!
Mir does get trade out. That does get that trade off easily. Unfortunately, Wiffenloof wasn't aware that he was right behind him. But Sacred does move to that plan. Cancels the plan. And Imer gets that free kill. Jans gets that free kill. But Sacred still survives.
Heal
with that
up,
kill.
squad.
it's still very hectic.
One enemy
Situation.
remaining.
Mir does get kill on
Spike
Trigger.
down
Can he
A.
finish this off with a 3K? Oh,
Ended.
but Misery does get that kill on Jam. He does get tagged through the box. Oh, he does get dinged. But Misery does get that kill.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
Misery! Misery with a 3, with a 4K clutch!
Mir was actually being a very overtly cocky and therefore getting that loss for his team.
Oh my god, Missouri from Starlight, what were you on? I mean, I would commend him because, like, as you can see, it was a 1v4 approach. And he did
1v4
exactly
situation.
what we said. He isolated the gunfights,
Yep.
and he was being very methodical with
Yep.
his approach.
Agreed.
You know, not rushing things.
Yep.
Right? He had that game plan, you know, trying to isolate one fight and another, anticipating.
Yep.
That's another thing. He was
There.
anticipating, someone attacking from his right,
Correct.
which was true, and allowed him to take. But I would argue, I mean, it was a Sky. What was Sky doing? He should have done
No,
more.
I don't think it was the Sky. It's just the Sky. I think the breach play there, he decided to try to take out his knife. It was a very bad play, in my opinion. Just literally
True.
wasting that round. All he could have done was just take out that weapon. I think it was a bit too cocky, a bit overconfident, and as a result, they lost the round, and now they're down a round.
I mean, like now already
Get inside.
10-6. Three more
very-
rounds.
Oh, but Femto does get that kill.
I know
But
exactly
he
where
does
you
get traded
are.
out by Vince.
Cutting their vision.
I
got your train.
Right there. So something needs to be done.
But Iminator does get killed out by Faust. Unfortunately, I think this is another round for Starlight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Vegas can do any defense in the 2v4 situation.
Last
with
player
being
standing.
low, and Missouri again with another monstrous performance.
That multi-kill is splendid.
Yeah, I mean, he got 4 kills before and he gets 3 kills now. I mean, this guy is just dominating the lobby. This is deleting everyone left and right.
Bro, he's just, telling them, just, uninstall.
Yeah, I mean, both, like I said, I mean, both Missouri and Faust are just, are just putting their influence, This is like, they're just treating them like kids.
Just like that song by Maroon 5. I am in misery.
Now,
No, misery is in
where
you.
to set up shop?
Exactly. That's exactly. Missouri is just, making sure that his name is known.
Exactly. All right, they're going for, I think, sort of A execute maybe, unless they're just using a bit of util, trying to get info from Starlight. Mir is holding up in an aggressive position up in the bathroom, but unfortunately, since there's no one waiting him, he will be there left alone. Okay, they're
I mean,
going back for, I think, a B push now.
I mean, it's too early to say, but I mean, if you look at the situation, it seems like this map might go to Starlight, and I mean,
I think this is a Starlight win, unfortunately.
yeah, I mean,
Especially with the lack of lack of weaponry on the Oyengana side. Only having sheriffs and only one Bucky and one Spectre is a bit of a difficult play.
I'm not him. Should be backing up Jans here, but he's not doing so. Jans being caught off guard, second, clearing some corners, some angles. Faust
Faust
takes out I'm not him. Femto also gets
taken.
removed from the lobby. Now they got the site for free, and again another 2v5 scenario for a retake from defense from the defender's
Player
squad.
standing.
That leads them with the shotgun. Mir finds one,
Mir gets
finds a
another
second.
Oh, but
Couldn't
he
quite,
cannot
couldn't
get that
quite
third.
get the third.
But all in all, he still does get that 2 kills, so it does help the economy a bit.
Match point.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how Mir did well before this in the map prior. Rather, in the game prior, he was really good with the shotgun, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough considering that his position, where the other teams are set up, he just couldn't quite counter the play.
Yep. All right, we're currently on match point. Oyenganas do have to step up their game if they're trying to survive and still not be on a 1-game deficit. And we can see that they've still so they actually instead of going 3A, they decided to go 3B. Now going for a execute. Very interesting play. And currently, they've used some of the utils, but they're actually falling back. Where you can see Mr. Jans is actually sort of pushed up on short. And I don't think they have any info that he's there, but they are going to check that angle. Get taken out by Whiff and Loof, unfortunately, from Jans. And as a result, it's now going to be a 2v5 situation for Oyenganas. Can they hold this out? They still do have time, plenty of time to rotate. But this is where we can execute. Oh, okay, he's gonna go for that. Starter does get that kill on Iminator, very low.
Oh my
Mir
god.
does get that kill, but he does get killed out again by the ult from Raze, so
That was an interesting trade.
it was an interesting trade.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
Faust does get that kill, and I think this is a wrap. I don't think.
That's it.
Congratulations. Starlight has
win.
won the first game of lowers final, and
Oh, the trade.
that was a very, very great play from Mir. Unfortunately, he couldn't kill the Raze just in time, and as a result,
I mean,
you know, they unfortunately lost. They unfortunately lost that round, and Starlight wins the game.
I've said this again and again, so it's gonna get a bit repetitive. But like, one of the main reason why Oyen Ganas is kind of losing right now
Yep.
is just the lack of teamwork, or at the
Yep.
very least, if you compare, like them against Starlight, the amount of trades that Starlight does, the amount of util combo, just putting them in a more favorable position, putting them in a more dominant, assertive,
Yep.
you know, contact at any point. So
Correct.
it's very difficult to counter that if you're not doing the same thing.
Correct. Especially if you can see, like, I'm going to go back again to that one play when it was the Sky and the Breach. You know, it was that pistol round. You know, all they had to do was just have the Sky take that gunfight against that Astra. But unfortunately, I don't know why they decided to have the one that's had more health. Go for the defuse and all in all, just line up for the Astra to just get that free one kill, and then gets that second kill on the Breach. So I'd say it's just a lot of misplays from Oyen Ganas that I could just see.
Yeah, definitely.
How they're positioning, I think how their strats were a bit off-centered, to say. Like, just continuously just keep on pushing B was a bit of a very bad call. I'll be understand it was a bit of they're most comfortable with that, but they should have still at least tried to push out the second side. I mean, from B side at least, A side at least, try and get some, get the enemy team to be a bit confused, so that they don't know where to expect you're pushing in through. So it's a bit of a disappointing thing.
Yeah,
I would say, to see from
It's
them.
quite of a letdown because aim wise, here's the thing. I aim wise, I think the only two people that are dominating the lobby, or I guess maybe you can include a third as well. But Faust and Misery, very sharp, very on point. I'm not quite sure if we get to see them face off. I would kind of love to see them face off against Take and Friends and
Yep.
compare aims.
Yep.
Who are better, Faust and Misery, or the ones we've seen before, like
Take and
Psycho, Top G Psycho,
Top G Psycho and Take. So what's his name?
Kevin.
Sorry.
Yeah, their aim are just like very flicky and like on point as well. The level of aggression that they portray. We also we can't forget about Kurema.
Kurema, yes.
Yeah, Kurema is like very nice plays, very
He
solid.
is very, very solid. So, but we might be seeing a second form, from a second match from Oyen Ganas and what do you call it, Take and Friends, if they do somehow come back from this 1-0 deficit and actually do a reverse sweep, as some would say.
Right. So I guess for now we will have to wait and see on the second map, which is going to be split. So we will have to see. We really hope that Oyen Ganas can adapt their playstyle to better counter, these solid teams. I mean, at this point we can kind of agree, Starlight is very strong.
Yeah,
as
he's
a
very
team.
strong, as you can see from the way that they've been playing, how they've consistently played with each other. I think you can calmly say that they are the favorites to win in this lower brackets finals.
All right. So with that, we will take a short break before going to map 2. I am Saiful,
And I'm Shami.
and we'll see you again after this.
See ya.
welcome back everyone to Nexus Esports 2023. We are back into the second match of the lower bracket finals. I'm your host, Saiful, aka Griffin President, and with me again.
Amir Audi Binikuan.
All right. So, what do you think of the game that's been going on thus far?
I would say they're pretty interesting to watch.
I mean, a lot of things has happened. You were. I mean, I guess you were watching, but we've talked about how Oyenganas hasn't been, doing proper teamwork. If I
Yeah,
may.
yeah. I think you've said that a couple of times now.
What are your thoughts on that? Like,
Well, since I'm a pretty much a noob at the game, like when it comes to strategies, I don't know much. But if I do have to say, I think Oyen, when it comes to like taking sight and stuff like that, they're a bit more hectic when it comes to other teams. Would you say the same?
Right, Teddy.
Well,
all
never
right.
mind that.
I'm not sure. So
I mean,
it
it mean-
seems like. Hold on. It seems like there might be some problems here. So we might have to take a short break because there is some apparently some issues going on with the map selection. Because I've been told that the second map is supposed to be split, but unfortunately,
But we're playing split right now.
yeah,
right.
we're supposed to. But
Wait, what's the
apparently-
first map supposed to
Yeah,
be?
so someone is saying that it's supposed to be heaven, so we might have to go into a technical break. We'll be back in news shortly, so stay tuned.
Don't miss us.
All right, guys, we are back, and the thing is, we have some technical problems. Hold,
And it seems that we still are having some technical problems.
Yeah, we have a little bit of technical problems, but basically what's gonna happen is apparently there's some miscommunication, and I'm not sure. But instead of going to split, we will be going to heaven. Now the thing is, I was excited for heaven for the first match in the upper bracket finals, and I thought that we would have to wait for a third map, so like the third game of this, to be able to watch heaven. But luckily for us, we will perhaps be able to see it right now with this team. Another thing that I guess I would like to talk about is while we're waiting for them is perhaps we can talk about what happened in the previous game.
Oh, that's great because I was barely paying attention. Let's watch a replay over here.
You,
Hmm.
hey, dengar in-game audio.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who. Wait, which teams are playing in this round? It seems that there's a bunch of great plays by our players over here. Of course, we cannot forget names like Misery. And Faust. If I remember correctly, Faust was the one who did pretty well last game. We got players like Silent Wolf. So please explain on what happened on the last game because I wasn't paying much attention.
Well, I guess one of the main things that we want to highlight, I guess, is on the performance on Starlight. We can see, I mean, I've talked about this before, how they're really good at going back and forth, trading each other, and their utility usage as well. How they're comboing and okay, one of the main thing I would like to point out is how good Starlight is at gathering information without risking their players, right? Because they go in and out without having to they're actually going in and out of cover, making sure that like I said, they're not risking themselves, but still getting the information. It can be some audio cues, it can be some what do you say, some utility usage, some footsteps. Everything is important.
Oh, can I go to mouse? Oh, sorry, what was that?
One of the major things as well is we can see the level of aggression, like kind of similar to Taki and Friends, that Starlight is able to portray. Going in step by step and not skipping, not clearing corners properly, as well as making sure that everyone is safe.
So is it the same type of gameplay before where we see like Oyen is kind of like stepping on their own foot, kind of like being too hasty or maybe like not really planning things out or their strategies are not on par with the other teams? Is that what we're seeing here?
Yeah, I would agree with that because Oyenganas is just going about. So I talked about this how in a tournament it's a 5v5 game, and the thing is, unlike ranked matches where it's kind of like 5 individuals going up against 5 other individuals, in a tournament setting it's a team going up against a team.
Right, so we should expect their teamwork to be pretty solid then.
Exactly, and I feel like that is the only thing that's lacking in Oyen Ganas, which is why they're not going in as hard or not having as much impact as they would have been, because their character selection, like the team composition, is kind of nice, but they're not playing off of each other enough.
So maybe it's more of a communication issue then. Like we can't hear their chat or anything, but if you had to guess, maybe communication is one of the things that they need to work on.
Yeah, I believe so. I think they're not passing on information enough, because if you look at how
Select
Starlight
your
is playing,
agent.
they are. If you look at their communication, or at least their movement, because like you said, we can't hear their comms, but we can infer from their positioning how certain other players from certain other teammates are reacting to what other teammates are experiencing, because we see how at the very least when a contact is happening at A, when you look at Starlight, all of them would maybe either rotate or like get into position based off of the contact, and we're not quite seeing that with Oyen Ganas, as when someone is getting contact, the other one might not even be reacting to it. That is a big problem, especially if it's a team game. In a map that it's not that big, you have to understand that in Valorant, the map isn't huge, but it's still important to know where everything is happening, even when you don't see it in person.
So right now we're gonna play on a bigger map, which is Haven, and Oyen is probably gonna face the same things.
Yeah.
It's like if they don't fix their communication issues soon on a bigger map, it's gonna be much more detrimental.
Yeah. I mean, Oyen Ganas have already experienced a map on Lotus, so it's also a big map, three-side, and if Oyen Ganas doesn't learn, at the very least, from the strategies that was used by at the time Taki and
Friends.
Yeah, if they don't implement a similar approach in attacking and defending, they might not be able to overcome the challenge that is up ahead of them right now, which is Haven. Which is Starlight.
Seems that the game is starting soon now. First, we have Starlight on the defending team and Oyen on the attacking side. Let's look at the team composition on the defending team. We got Killjoy, Jets, Sova. We also got Reyna and Astra. And then on the attacking team, oh, a Sage. I haven't seen a Sage yet. As a Sage main, I'm happy. And we also got Reyna, Astra, Sky, and Cypher. What do you think of the team composition as of right now, Cypher?
I mean, we're not seeing any newer agents. Like we're not seeing, or rather, like chamber. They're not new. But
Well, they're not new.
Were, right? I mean, Deadlock obviously, Gecko. I guess those agents are still a bit iffy.
are they too new that people are not used to it, or maybe they just don't know how to play, or what? Is it because that they're just like relatively new and people don't know how to play with them properly yet?
Very quick execution right now by Oyenganas. Finally living up to the
Spike planted.
No. Foss and Segregator is being blocked off not only by a smoke but also by a Sage wall. Slowly trying to creep their way up by shooting that wall.
Gun here.
Kenny doesn't have lethal, and Reina as well, no blinds at hand. Will they be able to take the site, especially when they're boosted up very well? See that? So Cam gets one scan and doesn't go for the immediate kill.
I don't know. Segregator and Reina seems like they're stuck in a rut here.
Enemy remaining.
Oh,
Last player standing.
And Faust is able to equalize. Oh my god, that was a very nice execute by Faust, winning the 2v4 clutch together with the help of Segregator.
no, they were pretty stuck in a rut there, especially like they were stuck in one spot. But like, what happened? I didn't really catch that well.
The thing is, I would say that they already had the information. Oyenganas kind of already had the information that Starlight was coming in for defense, but I think again there was an issue of communication. Both sides, like they had an angle from both sides, one from Hell and the other one from A main. They could have just double swing the situation and created a crossfire, but they didn't do that. There was a double peek from A main, but it wasn't enough to get the kill. As a matter of fact, both of them were taken out, and the one from Hell was kind of punished afterwards for not helping earlier, and thus being taken out.
Right, the defending team were kind of like sitting ducks, you know? So, like, as long as 2 or more people peeked into that one spot that they were stuck in, it would have been done.
Exactly. Again, going back to the issue that we've been seeing with Oyenganas, which is not, playing off of each other.
Now we're seeing maybe towards a B push here, but not really definite.
I would agree with their B push right now, especially with them having pistols and whatnot.
And then they're being contended with a Marshall, definitely at a gun disadvantage.
Nice takeout by Jet, deleting, and now getting traded off by Dog using the Marshall. Dog is now on 40 HP, but he's still going to play a bit aggressively. They still have quite good map control. Ara Faust,
down
the
mid.
more superior gun, is taking advantage. Ara Faust has been using the Guardian
30
in
seconds
round.
left.
This is like the second time we've seen this happen. Segregator swinging out with the
One
Marshall
enemy
again.
remaining.
And he got his shot.
Getting the aim right. Now Mir trying to get the reload 1v2 situation. He is getting trapped. A little bit of shot. Oh my god, it's not enough as Missouri jumps out to take the final kill.
Staying there on B, like at the start of B site there, it's kind of like a terrible idea. They were trying to go for it, but they were going pretty slow.
Exactly. I mean, part of the reason why I said it wasn't a great idea to go into B side is when you don't have better guns. It's not a great idea to put yourself in a in a tough spot.
Right, because of the distance disadvantage.
Yeah, and not only is it a distance disadvantage, it also allows you to be encapsulated around by the enemy because it's in the middle, and you have defenders from A side and defenders from C side. It might just encircle you, if I may.
And not only that, even though they were committing to B side, they were taking too long, like on B long,
Spike
or
down
whatever
A.
that place is called. I'm not really sure, but they were taking too long, and they weren't really using whatever momentum that they could have gotten if they were just to rush or something along those lines.
Right here.
Alright, going back to the game, already taking control of the side is
Spike planted.
Starlight. They don't have the guns to be able to win this normally, but I mean with the
There.
patience and teamwork that they have, and we see Faust on the flank. No more Cypher means no more flank cover, so there needs to be an individual, actively posted to deny any push. And Ara Faust,
Last player standing.
Ooh, got shot through wall. Wall bang by Gen Z.
yeah, the issue was that Faust was kind of showing his shoulder, basically giving off the information that he was there. So Missouri seems like he's gonna be falling back, just playing time, because there's not quite anything that he can do.
Gotta save his gun. Though, what else does he have to save other than a sheriff?
Yeah, at this point he just has to die. At the very least, it's good though. It's genuine. He just has to die because
It's better for the
games have
economy.
Money, yeah, the economy. And it's kind of smart as well that he's not pushing out. He
We
doesn't want
have
to
come
die
back
early.
from
Because
worse.
if he dies
Let's go.
to the enemy hand, then he will be giving money to the enemy.
But
And
it's,
by not doing so, he saves himself the trouble of, he's not feeding the enemy, but at the same time, he gets the economy advantage that he wanted.
it seems like a pretty easy win for, what was it?
Oyen.
Oyen. Is it because they were all rushing A short? Was that what happened?
I'm not quite sure. I would say that they were using the gun advantage they had. Missouri
Ooh.
with the Odin. Arabao gets one, runs away. Missouri backing him up. Going for the reload, backing off a little bit. Already with a man advantage, 3-5 at the moment against Oyenganas.
And then Femto is trying to fall back here, trying not to rush things.
Faust currently pushing out. Not being spotted quite yet. Oh, he is being spotted. But whiffs the shot.
Cutting their vision.
Faust is going to the top spot. Pops the ult, gets taken up by Femto, unfortunately, with a headshot. And now the push onto A main.
I have this.
Might prove deadly. Dashes away.
Gen Z seems like he's pushing it
There's
in.
only one person, but he might be surprised. Amir takes out Dog.
Since that Silent Wolves is trying to watch over A short, going for the updraft. 2v1 situation. Actually,
Oh,
3,
what's the
he got a
loop?
shot.
Quick shot. Not able to quite get Reyna.
Trying to smoke it off, trying to fall back.
Enemy.
Reina got
Oh my
shot down
God,
by
the
Misery.
crossfire. I mean, I've said this one and I'll say this again. The crossfire, the trades, the thing that Starlight is doing is absolutely amazing. And Ganas just can't seem to find an answer.
It's all in the positioning. Seems that they were just in a better spot at a better time, or maybe they just planned that out. I mean, like we said before, it's a better communication. Maybe they talked their way out of it, and then they say that, hey, you should be here, I should be here, and that's all it took. Just better positioning.
Exactly. And you see, with good communication and good positioning, it seems like one man is in more than one place. You see how Missouri was having a lot of influence in mid, but all of a sudden he's now in A. Taking out Reyna and saving his own teammate. See that the importance of team play right now not really being showcased by Oyenganas.
Not only the positioning, but the crossfire, especially the crossfire.
Especially the crossfire.
Now we see that Oyen is going for a B push. It seems that it's somewhat free, but we got some util that's blocking their way.
Our spikes down.
Nobody's committing for anything just
Spike
yet.
down mid.
Sova darting in, seeing if anybody is in there, trying to get some intel. But immediately got killed off by Iminator.
Oyenganas is in a kind of a tough position because they do not have their spike. They do have to retrieve it first. Okay, they're able to get it. And now the flank might... okay, there is no flank coming in quite yet. But the positioning though...
I don't know. Oyen is really taking time here. They're gonna get taken out one by one if they don't do something quick.
Alright, Dog does have the information. Let's call in the rotation.
Going in slowly to A site. Oh, did I say slowly? Maybe a bit faster.
Oyenganas clearing some corners.
30
but
seconds
they are
left.
not aware of the flank coming in by Dog. They are being a bit careful of, A short just in case because they haven't cleared it.
And
Dog gets
Dog.
one shot.
And Dog is falling off, not trying to give away his position too easily just yet. Maybe trying to keep a bit more level of surprise.
They do have the position. Oh,
Last
coming from
player
hell gets
standing.
taken out by Dog. Now the last man standing, I'm not him. Will he be able to clutch it?
It's a 2v1, so I think the chances are pretty good.
Oh, unfortunate. Whiff and Loof was technically exposed, but the whiff by I'm not him playing the Astra has caused them the round.
Not only that, the double peek from the defending team also saved I'm Wolf. Was it?
Yeah, exactly. Again, I think they're kind of like starting to learn, but I guess it wasn't enough.
Being there for your teammate, good thing.
Going into the next round, let's look at the scoreboard right now. Looking at the economy, we are seeing that Oyenganas is no longer in the lead economy-wise. I mean, they were never in the lead, but they're not catching up as well. And Starlight, this is something that some of you may not know, but Missouri is someone who's known to be very good with the Odin. So him pulling this out means that they're trying to win.
Not only that, if we're looking at the some of the alts here, it seems that the Sage on Oyen's teams has a res. So let's see if they can play off of that.
Jet also has activated the Jet knives, so that's why we can see that Jet doesn't have any gun, and it's actually a good play. You know, some people might say, oh, you should only use it when you're on eco, but doing it in this way can actually continue to use it to grow your economy, creating a bigger lead economy-wise.
Foss is trying to push outdoors. Getting fired back, can't really push as hard as he wanted to. Going for the blind, pushing up, sees nobody, goes for the shot, got Bento, going for another one, but missed.
Foss is just very good with Reina, knowing when to peek and when not to. See, one of the smart things that we are seeing Sari do, and this is a different thing, and that is to know when to get in contact and when to get out of it. And that is displayed very amazingly by Foss, because he's been doing this a lot of the times
left.
throughout last game, and now going to this game as well.
Better live for another day so you can kill another person, am I right?
Exactly.
Now we have Whiff and Loof out with the ult.
Starlight is also not being very complete. They're playing quite slowly, but they do also
Spike
have
planted.
map control.
We got Dog got 1 kill on Gen Z, and I'm Not Him got a kill on Dog.
Now in a 3v3 situation, has a lot of ult. Oh, but the Sage is taken out, so there is no more res. Make that a 3v2 situation. Does not have any info. Gets taken out by Emanator. 1v1 situation. Has the Odin as the enemy. Can Emanator clutch this? Missouri doesn't see. Goes for the tap. Goes for the peek. And Missouri wins the gunfight somehow with the Odin.
Would an Odin... Is it unexpected for the Odin to win in that situation? Because I would expect it to win. Against a Spectre, at least.
I mean, in general, it's a bit difficult because with the Odin, you have the debuff in a sense where you're moving a bit slower. But in a close scenario like that, you would expect, you know, a gun that's more designed for close range attack to win. But for some reason, Misery is the one who takes the top spot in that gunfight.
But Misery knows exactly where the other player is. All he has to do is pre-fire, spam that Odin, and get the kill.
I mean, it can also be the same. The same can be said otherwise because both kind of know each other's position. Because it was a 1v1 situation, both have already shoot some bullets, but for some reason, Missouri came out on top.
I would also call for the wall bang. The pierceability of the Odin is just way much higher than the Spectre.
You are divided.
They utilize Gens, takes out Seg Raider. A very nice execute onto C side. So we're all being used to deny plant. The aggression going in onto spawn.
It's kind of weird that nobody was on site. It seems that they got C like pretty much for free. And now we have the defending team rotating back, going for the retake to C, but Slady getting pushed back by the Astral Wall. Now the Astral Wall is gone. Let's see if they can do anything.
Some information has been gathered by Team Starlight. They do know what's going on, and there will be a counter Astral ult potentially. There it is. They might go for the defuse. Emanator takes out Missouri. No more Odin in the round.
But it
False
seems
goes in for the trade.
that the defending team can't make that much progress. The attacking team already holds the side that just too well. And that's all she wrote.
That was a very well executed attack by Oyen. Finally, we're seeing something that's very methodical, if I may. I've been using that word a little bit here and there. But for the first time, I don't think we've seen any methodical approach by Oyenganas up till now.
No, I think the only reason was because there's only 2 people watching C side at that point, and they were far back onto side. And then once Oyang got that 1 kill, the other person ran off, probably waiting for their teammate.
Exactly.
Right? So that's why they got C side completely for free.
And that is fine. I mean, backing off.
Backing off is a good thing, waiting for your teammate. But, like, again, Oyen just held that site way too well. They walled off Garage with the Sage Wall, and they also used the Astra ult to completely block off that site from the rotation.
The response from Oyenganas was after being blocked off by the Astra ult, instead of staying back, they actually all of them pushed in to try and defend the spike, because that was the only thing that they can do.
And as you can see here, they got C site yet again. This time, they used the Sage Wall on the back.
With the gun disadvantage, using numbers instead. That is what we like to see. Now in a 4v2 situation. 4v3, my bad.
Yeah, since the wall on the defending spawn is there, the defending team has no choice but to flank. They also have 1 person on Garage. But the attacking team Oyen only has 2 players on their side. As long as they don't get too hasty and showing themselves, they should be fine. And there it is.
That was an impressive round. I mean, I know we saw kind of Starlight getting
One
pounded
floor
down.
into battle.
But if you look at it,
I'm not
Starlight
tired.
was at an
Are you?
economical disadvantage. They had no money, and thus, if you notice, they didn't have any great guns. But they were able to take out basically everyone except for the last man standing. So that's gonna hurt Oyenganas' economy, while in the meantime, kind of boosting up the economy for Starlight.
Placing
And then it
swarm
seems
grenade.
that for this game, instead of going for C, they're going for the opposite side of the map, and it looks like maybe they're trying to go for A here. Good, trying to switch it up.
I like that they're changing the pace, as you said, and perhaps this will give them some map control because maybe there are less people at the moment.
It definitely seems that they're going faster this time. Maybe they just want to get site control as quick as possible. That way, whenever the defending team does respond, they're kind of like all over the place because it happens so suddenly.
The spike is getting planted.
And it seems that the defending team is blocked up again by that stage wall. Man, that's
Yeah, I like his position. Finds one. Almost gets a second. Not quite. Gets taken out by Segregator.
But the defending team is completely blocked off by that stage wall, but it's no problem
ahead.
for the Odin.
And coming in, some slow, some util, trying to deny the defuse, but is it enough? Missouri finds Mir. Missouri tries his best again to deny any more
One
attack.
enemy remaining.
Last man standing. Where
One
is the
enemy
Astra coming
remaining.
for the flank?
It's a 1v1 situation round. Let's see who's the better shots.
Oh, and I'm not him. Not enough to deny the defuse. I think that was a mistake by I'm not him because technically speaking, if you notice, Missouri doesn't know where I'm not him was.
Right, and the plant is also already planted. So all you have to do is play time, wait for the defuse.
Exactly, but he made footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
Made some sound which alerted Missouri of his position. Hence,
Yeah, I'm not him was being too eager in that situation. Could have just played it off and waited off.
No, actually, I would put it differently because he wasn't actually not eager, or he
I'll
wasn't
find
too
them.
eager per se. He was kind of half and half.
Half and half.
He was walking towards, like he wasn't running, nor was he creeping. He was like in between, kind of running, kind of not. So like that half commitment is kind of what caused
I've
it.
got your trail.
So basically, what you're trying to say is that slight bit of hesitation what cost him his life.
Exactly, and the round as well. Again, we're seeing a similar fast execution onto A
Wall
side.
raised.
Starlight will have to start to take note of
Spike
this
planted.
pattern so that perhaps they can try and prevent this from happening again.
Now we have Sova darting in, trying to get a bit of intel. Whip and Loop trying to go in, but probably won't expect the stage on top of the wall. But the stage jumped off. But it's
Placing swarm
completely fine.
grenade. Swarm grenade. out.
Segregator trying her best, trying to block off any entry from A short.
I do like Mr. Back here. Breaking trade. The crossfire
One
is
enemy
nice.
remaining.
Last man standing, and there it is! A final solid win by Oyenganas on A side.
Oyen has gotten multiple wins in a row by this point. Like they're really building up on that
Can
momentum.
someone get this?
Yeah, they're trying to snowball it. Like they've won on C once and twice, and now they did lose one on A side. But coming back from that, they might be able to actually equalize the first half with 6 and 6.
And if we look at the guns they have over here, we can see that Oyen has all the guns. Well, Starlight here seems to be. They might be able to do a bit better.
It will have to come down to how Starlight approaches this because they still can win, but if done incorrectly, they're gonna get punished hard.
With the guns they have, I think they just have to rely on a lot of off angles and a bit more aggressive play to kind of cover the distance.
I would agree. But let's see how Starlight answers.
We got a split here, A short and A long.
I know exactly.
Femto pushed off through the smoke, got 1 kill on Foss, and actually 2 kills, Whipping Will and Foss. Misery got his shot on Imanator and Dog
A.
2 on Femto. And Segregator kind of peeked a bit too hard there and met with 4 barrels.
Last man standing. Able to find one for a second, almost the third, but 3K is all that he can get as I'm Not Him covers the rest.
In a different lifetime, that could have
Last
been a
round
sick
before the
triple
switch.
kill. They were stacked right there, it could have been the perfect chance.
It was so close, but Oyenganas is still in the game.
As we've said before, they're really going for the more aggressive plays, for really fast-paced action. in a way that the defending team just can't respond to that well.
Yeah, they're finally stepping. I mean, they're finally doing it. They're finally being
finally
aggressive.
doing it.
Ganas is finally mangganas. You know what I
Yes!
mean? Oh my god. I am liking this change in pace
Revealing
by
area.
ONG because this is definitely what
Yeah,
we need.
they definitely figure out what to do. They're already winning a couple times in a row. Hopefully Starlight can figure out or catch on to what they're doing and kind of, you know, figure out how to play against that.
Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. We saw almost a full-on execution, and now they're kind of rotating, going all the way to their own spawn to try and prevent any information from any sound from being heard by Starlight. And now, oh,
Pardon the vision.
This is actually smart. I think what Oyen is doing is they're kind of trying to use what the defending team expects against them. The defending team expects a full push on C, but then Oyen's like, nope, just kidding. We're all gonna rotate instead.
okay, hold on. This is interesting because not only are they going slowly, because initially I was trying to say that going slowly is not great, but the fact that they cut off noise, making it unknown where they're trying to. Oh my god! Oh my god! Dog with a 4K.
Spike
And
down.
now it's taken out by Imanator, but the last man standing -2 has 3 more to find, but low on HP. And is stuck in the situation and gets traded, gets killed by Dog with the ace. I mean, not quite the ace, but the nice solid 5K.
Switching sides.
Oyen's inertia is finally killed off. I feel like that Sage res over there was very poorly timed. Maybe the wrong place to use it.
Exact. I would say that, in this situation, the Cypher is the one who's supposed to be going first, clearing the smoke, and then going for the res.
Right.
But he went for the res first, and then the peak gets taken out.
And then got easily killed
Yeah, I mean,
By-
that was a mistake.
by our dog over here.
Exactly. Starlight is finally stepping up. Dog up 12 kills right now, tied in with Missouri, and Faust closing in closely behind. Now, Dog has been, he has been aggressive before, but it's never actually shine as bright as he's doing right now. Now having 3 members, stepping up for the team in terms of frags can maybe be the difference, in ensuring that they get to win this map.
It seems that Oyen is trying to go for A side again. Like, is it a good idea to keep going for the same thing over and over again? It seems that Starlight is probably like catching on to what they're doing right
This
now.
is the second half. This is the second half. It's already different. It's already a different attacking team. So
Oh, this is the second half.
yes, we already
I
saw
didn't
the
even
fight.
notice that. Whoops.
It's alright, it's alright. So looking at, they're falling off of A, trying to back off and perhaps going for B. And it's interesting how I'm Not Him is getting some information on B just to kind of gauge to see if, perhaps they're trying to execute for B instead. And Dog does find Imanator, gets the information, and the rotations are coming in. There has been some util being used to deny any approach.
Starlight is really.
Spike is going on to side. The plant is coming down. And the teams are spread apart. 5v4 situation in favor of Starlight. Missouri finds a second kill, using his utility to slow down any advances. Now 3v5. We shall see how the approach will be made by Starlight in their defensive setup. Already making some shots. Goes for the loop, gets taken out. The fuse coming in. Missouri sneaks back up.
One enemy
Finds
remaining.
one, finds the diffuser, and gets a
right here.
flawless round and denying the diffuse. Missouri winning the round for the team. Starlight now up 8-5 going into the second half.
That was a really interesting strategy brought by Starlight. They all started on A side. Maybe they wanted to play off, and maybe they just wanted the other team to use all their util, and then they just snaked around quietly all the way until C side, which is a pretty smart move in my eyes.
Well, nowadays, faking is a common strat, but never has it been executed as smoothly as this. At the very least, not in what we've seen so far.
And not only that, what's more surprising is that the defending team Oyen got like picked off one by one over time. So once they made it to C side, not only were they caught off surprise, but also they were at a man disadvantage.
Right, so now we will just have to see how they're executing. They're going again fast on C side,
Very
bearing
fast.
a very similar approach to what Oyen Ganas was doing before, but not forgetting to cover their flanks. This is, very crucial to ensuring their win, not being flanked.
A
But
boring
now
job,
they
but
have around
necessary.
4 members currently peeking out of Garage, and only one person peeking and getting taken out. Dog finds the second. Faust sees 1, sees 2, takes out one, the other gets another one, and oh my gosh,
Flawless.
flawless
Is this the
round
second flawless now?
What did I expect?
This is 2 flawless in a row?
in a row.
Dang. Now what happened there? So, like, okay, this time they did the complete opposite. They went full rush on C. I think nobody was there.
Someone was, and they heard it, but the rotation came late.
Ah, like maybe it's the communication issue that we were talking about before.
Placing
I
alarm
believe
bomb.
so, because I mean, we saw how Oyanganas was playing aggressively before, and it helped them on attack. But it seems like they still haven't fixed the issues that they're having on defense, and that is, poor communication, poorly timed rotations, and whatnot.
Right. I feel like when it comes to defense, communication is 100% key. Like especially on defense.
Especially on a map with 3 different.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Gen Z being able to find a gun, taking the Vandal, now having slightly more firepower to deny any retake. Drone coming in, sees him. Femto gets 1 kill but gets traded by Faust. Luke tries to deny any advances from C-Link.
Last player
Smoke
standing.
with a Loof finds his own kill. And Segregated with the wall bang, getting yet another win for Starlight.
It's the same story as last time. They only had 1 person on side. I believe that was Gen Z, who was the only person holding B side at the very beginning. And then the whole attacking team just rushed in. Get rid of that 1 player, and that's it.
Seems like Oyanganas is kind of crumbling under the pressure that Starlight is putting on them. And the thing is, it was almost a flawless round, almost a third.
Yeah,
one
they only
person
lost
died.
1 man.
Only 1 man, and that was Missouri. So if Missouri was playing, Missouri was just supporting with the drone. So if Femto was killed a little bit earlier, it would have been another flawless round. So
Yeah, and then I think that Femto kind of pushed a bit too early through the smoke. Very ballsy move by Femto there at that point in time.
Backside not being here quite yet. Gets spotted by Loof, and Faust finds Gen Z as well. Now in a 3v5 situation for the retake, it's going to be very difficult for Oyanganas to recover from the situation. And through the smoke, Segregator finds Femto with a headshot. I am not him, only has the cherry pen hand, tries to wallbang, but not getting any damage quite yet.
Yeah, both Mir and Amon Hin is just stuck on a defender spawn. They can't really do anything. They can't push
enemy
up.
remaining.
There's too many players against them.
Last man standing,
Flawless.
not being able to do anything. Mir finally gets taken out by Dog.
Hey, look,
Going
another
through
flawless.
Another flawless round. Almost 4 flawless rounds in a row. But at the very least, it's been 3
The
flawless
sit-
rounds in a row in the second half.
The situation is completely reversed now. Last time we were seeing a non-stop momentum by Oyan, and now we're seeing the exact same thing with Starlight.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
I guess we saw that, if I'm not mistaken,
This goes
who
here.
was the... I don't quite remember. Was it, whoever it is that was hiding by backside, he was trying his best to try and
Oh, I don't
hide
remember
himself,
who it is
but
either.
Whiffen Loof actually found him and was blinded by Reyna's eye. It was nicely timed, nicely positioned Reyna eye.
I think it was Femto that was hiding behind in the back.
They use.
Spike
Loof finds
down
one and gets
B.
traded. Femto finds the kill. The execution now 3v3 situation. Starlight pushing in hard, but not quite finding anyone.
One enemy
Missouri
remaining.
gets taken out. Now 1v2 situation, leaving Gen Z against Dog. Oh, I forgot. Gen Z, and I'm not him. Gen Z will have to try and step it up. He is one of the star fraggers at the moment for Oyengana, so he will have to, play this a bit smart.
And now we have Dog all by himself. He's slowly creeping up to the spike. Let's see if he can pull it off.
Dog currently doesn't have the spike, so he is, I think, playing the long run. The long run. He has 1 star and another recharging at the moment.
He can't take too long
He
though.
might be able to do something about this. He has time, 36 seconds left. He is in a good position. Enemy is kind of scattered. If he
30
can find
seconds
one,
left.
he can definitely get the other. Oh, but he went for the push and gets surprised by 2 guns.
That is quite unfortunate for both the defending team to be in that smoke at that point in time.
Let's watch what exactly happened in that round. Whiffen Loof finds one but gets traded by Femto, as we can see here. It was kind of a nice execute, but I think it would have been done better if A-Link was actually smoked off. But unfortunately for them, I think maybe they left it open intentionally, but with no blind to deny any contesting opponents. This left Whiffen Loof open.
Just now I feel like 90% of that went over my head. all that technical jargon with utilities. Oh, look at this! All the defending team is on C side and nobody's on A, and
All 5 of them are on A side.
by perfect chance or luck, it's like the attacking team is going exactly for the side that's not defended.
And rotation is not coming yet because there is no information there. It's still lurking up to A side, and there's no information. The spike is being planted, and now they're alarmed. Wait, what's happening right now? Why is no one on A?
What? It's like the stars aligned or something.
The
What?
retake is coming along.
I feel like the defending team is just too slow in the rotate. Like the whole site is already like closed down.
One by one, first are being taken out. Whistle gets some damage from the wall bang, diffusing. Spike being diffused, no one to deny. The Sage Wall is there to deny any sprays. And Gen Z gets one, tries to get a second.
Last player
None but quite it. Last man standing, and Segregator gets Gen Z. Now upping the score to 12-6, match point.
What just happened there?
Match
Nobody
point.
was on A's side. It's like, wait, was nobody talking?
I'm not sure, and the retake was also poorly conducted, with no one covering for each other, and you know, Starlight just stacking up, going trade for trade.
Yeah,
and
if-
they can do anything.
Like on the replay just now, if you just to remove the colors or remove the time, you couldn't even tell who's the attacking and who's the defending team. It's like the whole game's just reversed.
Yeah, the roles were reversed, definitely. It was a bit weird.
And now we have Starlight on match point. Let's see if Oyen can hold on just a bit longer.
Seems like they might be trying to go fast, but
There.
this time it will be a 5v5 face-off
Still
onto
inside.
C-side.
Seaside is gonna be a
Gets
war
scanned,
zone.
and Segregator gets taken out.
Spike down. C.
Ganas doesn't have the gun advantage, but if they're playing close range, they can definitely make it happen.
But it seems that Starlight is deterred by that one smoke by Astra.
And now they are backing off. I think rushing towards A side. If not, maybe they're
B side?
changing plans. Dog being seen on Garage, taking some contact on mid, trying to confuse the defending team, which is Oyen Ganas.
Or maybe making some noise just to go back to C.
And that might exactly be what they're doing. Reyna finally offline.
Yep, and Foss is slowly taking his time, slowly creeping up. Got pulled by the Astra util.
And Imanator actually finds Kanto as well, finds a kill each. 5v2. Missouri gets his first kill for
Last
the
player
round.
standing.
Now 1v4 scenario.
down, mid.
Can Missouri ace this? Swings and gets welcomed by 2 other opponents and gets taken out.
Perhaps they got a bit too cocky there. They were on match point, 12-7. Maybe they just got a bit too careless since they know they're winning.
Well, they do still have a good economy. They can still buy some guns this round. So they still have, you know, some opportunities for a comeback here.
Not only
Or
that,
rather, to win this round.
yeah, not only that, Sova has his ult, Astra has her ult, and Killjoy has her ult. I feel like if they use the Killjoy ult now, it might prove to be very useful to win the entire match.
This might be a bad read again. Yet again, we're seeing Starlight full sending it probably on C side with no one to deny the
You are
push.
divided.
And there we see the Astra ult coming in online, specifically designed for A side, and now they are finally rotating, kind of late in reacting to the execute. Spike being planted, Gen Z going for
Spike
the flank.
planted.
Wait, are they not planting? Oh, they planted already. Oh, whoops.
Reyna alone on the flank, not really backed up by anyone, and actually finds
You should
Jens.
run.
Jens actually finds Foul for some reason.
Oh, they're trying to go for the Sova ult. Yeah, they're trying to play off the Sova ult, I think. Oh, but the Sova's
But
dead.
Sova gets taken out by Gen Z. Gen Z having a lot of influence. Imanator did something weird and is now wait, was the spike defused?
Yeah, the fight because everyone died except for one.
Oh, you know what? I got confused as to what was happening.
Yeah, I think Dog got
Going
pushed
up
off the spike, and they can't really do anything because they were kind of outgunned and outmanned.
I believe that win was definitely thanks to Gen Z. Like Gen Z had
Oh
a nice
yeah, because
flank.
of Gen Z's flank. Like they had to like really be aware of that, and they can't really do anything until they get rid of Gen Z.
Yeah,
like,
Gen Z even took out the Sova, which
Yeah,
you
took
said-
out the Sova.
mentioned was a crucial player in that match to deny the defuse.
Obscuring vision.
and that's just 2 ult wasted there. Oh, they did it again. They're doing it again. Seaside. Nobody on
This time
site.
it's Sova.
And Starlight didn't
Spike
learn their
planted.
lesson and watching their back. Oh wait, actually they are. We have one person watching
Flank
the
coming in,
back.
the flank coming in. Missouri denies the flank. Gen Z is now taken out. Garage coming out. Is able to find two. Imanator with his own 2 kill. And Femto finds Faust.
One
And now
enemy
gets
remaining.
cornered alone. Last man standing. Will he use his ult? Sova, what can he do alone?
I don't think the ult
Missouri
will help.
finds one. Able to find two. Using his ult, but there's no time. Defender wins. Now 12-9 on the scoreboard in favor of Starlight still.
Oh yeah, might be able to catch up actually at this
because
point.
we are together.
Economy-wise, I think Starlight is in a difficult situation a little bit. Wait, hold on, I stand corrected. Both teams are still fairly comfortable economy-wise. I guess
Caution.
I'm
here.
not quite sure what Starlight is doing wrong, but you know,
I think it's because nobody was covering the flank at that one point in time because of Gen Z. Like, if somebody was to watch flank, they would have won already.
right? It was that one round, but this time it was Imanator who went out of garage and actually got like 2 picks of his own and basically neutralized the whole attacking team during the retake.
But I don't get Oyen's strategy, which is let's just cover 2 or 1 site only and leave the other one open. I think they're just trying to rely on either heavily stacking on one site or just trying to rely on, hey, let's just take over retake site later.
I mean, if it's working, then just don't fix it. Eh? If it works, don't fix it, right?
I don't know. It didn't work like once or twice.
But I guess it is kind of a big gamble to take because the
Oh, not
it
a
just
big
takes
gamble, a
one
massive
round.
gamble.
This takes them 1 round for them to lose. Kind of a bad scan coming in. Gen Z's not spotted in a good location still. Having, a lot of Starlight players showing some presence on mid.
Gen Z got smoked off here, but he's not gonna peek. He knows he doesn't have to peek.
Starlight is just 1 round away from going into the grand final, and Oyenganas is trying their best to deny it, trying to take this to the next map.
Yeah, they've been losing a couple times in a row now, and they're playing it slow and steady. But maybe this might be, this might not be
30 seconds
the
left.
best idea. If they take too long, they might not have time.
Yeah, 26 seconds left on the scoreboard. There is one person to deny the approach. Util coming in, and a quick execute coming in fast. Mir tries his best to deny. The wall doesn't do anything, and the spike gets
10
planted.
seconds left.
4v5 retake.
With 9
Dog
seconds.
going for the flank on the attacking team. This might be the game changer. He still has his utility to try and deny any push, but the flank might prove to be very deadly. Push is coming in.
I'm slowly waiting for Dog to push up and flank them
Still getting paid off.
completely.
And the flank coming in. No, the footsteps! Oh, but he finds one. Oh, but that is all that he can do. Now going up 10-12 in favor of ONG.
Dog's flank would have worked there if he was to go just a little bit faster to catch up with the teammates.
Yeah, I think the mistake was actually like in 2 parts. Like he was too slow at the beginning, and then he became too fast. It should have been switched. Like he should have known that most of the enemy team was already close to site, so he could have went a bit fast when approaching B site. But once he arrived at B site, that is when he was supposed to play.
Yeah, by that time everybody's dead.
Yeah, unfortunately, because
So he had no backup.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's because he went slow at the beginning. If he went fast at first and then slow, he would have been able to support the team in a much better way.
Oyen is slowly catching up. Maybe Starlight might be even sweating a little bit here. I think Starlight is maybe going for a CV split or C garage split.
Whatever it is, they do have to try and play this slow. Faust again on the Guardian. He has proven himself to be very deadly, on the Guardian, getting one taps left and right.
It seems Starlight is not fully committing to one site just yet. Maybe they're steering closer to C site, but they're not fully committing. Maybe they're just seeing what they can work with. But if they take too long like last time, the same result might end up, happening.
Vijay goes up, the rotation's coming in, trying to fall back. Dog waiting for any aggression from the defending team to try and punish them if possible.
But the defending team Oyen is playing it smart. They're not completely fully rotating the C site. They're trying to be calm about this, or maybe not.
They might not try for a re-hit because they do have, Killjoy holding the spike going
30
towards
seconds left.
A side. they should be showing some presence on C just to deny any
Recalling my
rotation
bot.
going to A side. Because
Deploying
as of
drone.
now, as they are being quiet, there is no reason for the enemy team to believe that they're doing otherwise. Hence, they are all rotating to A side.
But the defending team already rotated to A side. Is that
Spike
is
planted.
A?
Planted smokes are still up. The defending team still can't quite attack quickly. And finally, Dog in a very good position. Try and slow them down. The enemy come on, go for the suck, go for the suck. Not doing anything. Imanator finds Faust. Now
Dog.
Loof tries his best to deny
Without a
any
bullet
push.
damage.
Dog might
Dog
actually
going
be
in
able to.
fast. Fights one, fights two. Dog with the monumental play. Now in a preview situation, Femto takes him out. And oh my god, unfortunately for him, Femto actually surprised Dog during the flank.
From the heavens.
We are now 12-11.
You know-
ONG is trying to make a comeback all the way from 9-12. Or with a 7-12.
Yeah. Starlight did the same strat as before, but this time Dog's flank actually worked. If only it wasn't for the Cypher coming from who knows where in the sky.
Exactly. Femto descended from the heavens and saved the team.
Like a falcon watching and killing his prey.
This is starting to be
Starting to be kind of close.
exactly. I'm at the edge of my seat. Even I don't know who's gonna win.
Do we have deuces?
Yeah, we will have to go overtime. No, dude. Yeah, overtime, definitely.
Oh, huh.
I guess Starlight now being very wary of their movements. How's their guns? Seems like both are still having like good guns, and this
They're
is the
both pretty
last round.
comfortable.
But Starlight, some of them are only on half shields.
And now Starlight got complete control of B side. They're holding off both of the entrances from A and C pretty well with the Astra smoke. It seems that the defending team does not want to push through that smoke because they know the risk is too high. And now Starlight already have the spike planted. With the move saw Cypher over there, but didn't go for the shot. Segregator got 2 kills. Gen Z got a kill on Silent Wolf, and then Misery got a kill on Femto.
I'm not quite sure with what has happened right now.
I think Misery is just hiding there in the corner, waiting for like an opportunity to do something.
What is
Last
Killjoy
player
doing behind the
standing.
scenes? Oh my god, and that is it! Killjoy's the
Attackers
Segregator
win.
getting his 3rd kill after going in, sneaky
You
like.
should run.
And now, unfortunately, the upset, the comeback did not come to fruition. The dream is over, and Starlight shall proceed to the grand finals.
That was a pretty
against
close game, if I had to say so
Continentals.
myself. Like at first, Oyan was the one in the lead, but then a sudden switch to Starlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Starlight held on to the lead. Then we saw Oyen Ganas slowly creeping up, trying to get back, make a comeback. But unfortunately, at the very last second, it wasn't enough.
To me, it seems that Starlight is much more of a dynamic team. They kind of changed their strategy on the fly, which is, I think, is a pretty good thing. Like, at first, when they were attacking, they go for a much more aggressive play, a fast play, just like Oyen did. But then they try to go for a more slow, steady, methodical approach, which sometimes hurt themselves in the foot. And
But, I mean, at
yeah.
some point, it does work in their favor as well. And it's like you said, this flexibility, this adaptability of Starlight is the main reason why they're able to always catch Oyenganas off guard.
Yeah, but the changing of strategy is not only limited to Starlight, but also Oyen, but not in the best direction, in my opinion. Like, for example, the strategy where, hey, let's all stack one site. Maybe not the best play in the world.
I mean, it did win them a couple of rounds, some solid wins as a matter of fact.
I feel like that's only because A, they had flankers, which is good for the flankers. They thought of that, and also B, because maybe on a misplay on the attacking team side.
I mean, let's also not forget the fact that Starlight was able to get a couple of flawless rounds in the starting of the second half.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that is beautiful.
I think that was partially thanks to the how do I say this? There's a couple of factors actually. I mean, we have some solid players such as Missouri, Dog, as well as Faust, and I mean this time even Wiffenloof, stepped up a lot. Getting a lot of kills for himself, getting some multi kills. I mean, I think a lot of them had some multi kills, but it was also due to the fact of their planning and strategy. Because I think in that first few rounds, almost everything was planned and was executed to a T.
I guess that's why we can see that. Well, for the first rounds, I feel like even though they had the plans on the first round, are we talking about Oyen here? Because Oyen was the one who actually won a bunch of the rounds in the first couple of rounds of the game.
So for now, since this is the end of the lower bracket finals, we shall now watch the grand finale, which is Taki and Friends going up against Team Starlight. Now, this is an impressive match. I would believe we've commended both teams in their effort when both of them fought separately against Oyenganas, and now it will be interesting to see how these, I would say, Titans stack up against each other.
Yeah, judging from history, we know that not only both of them are pretty methodical, they both have good players. So it's going to be a really interesting matchup, and honestly, I can't wait. Like I really can't wait to watch this.
Yeah,
and
I can't wait.
you should be excited too. So make sure to watch that.
Yeah, so we will be ending this stream because this match is over, and we will see you again in the opening of the next game. So I'm Saiful,
And I'm Amir Audi.
and we will be seeing you guys after this.
Bye bye.